Hey,
Two.
so yeah, cool space. You guys are cool. I like to talk about flat Earth and globe Earth, but I gotta say it's difficult with some people because they just want to get aggressive. And yeah, I just want to say much respect to you guys because this space is obviously different, and I really appreciate that. So I want to talk about the moon and the phases of the moon because when I observe that, it seems logical to me that the moon is going around the Earth. But what's really obvious is that we are revolving. We can see that motion. We can see the motion of the Earth revolving, and we can see the motion of the moon around us. So the phases of the moon, you get different shapes and shadows that, from my understanding, are caused by orbiting around a sphere. So I'm curious what the alternate explanation is there.
That is a great question. And I actually have, and I normally don't do this, but I like to preface with the globe Earth explanation, and then we can move on to some ideas of what could possibly be happening. The first thing that I would like to ask you is, what happens during a new moon? Where does the sun have to be on a globe? Where does the sun have to be? And if we're going according to the narrative of the globe, where does the sun have to be? And where does the moon have to be for the moon to disappear completely during a new moon if it's orbiting us? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, you can look at all sorts of different models and drawings, and it's pretty easy to find an explanation for that and the positioning of those stellar bodies. Like you could see it's not being illuminated. I think what's that light doesn't go straight. It can curve, and that's where people get tripped up, I think.
Okay, what's happening? I don't know if that's uh, following what I asked, but what's happening in a vacuum that's causing the light to curve?
Well, gravity bends light.
Ah, so you're invoking gravity. So then you have to substantiate gravity. You have to show us how you isolated this gravity to make it a real thing, right? Because we're not going to say like, oh, the flat Earth was created by, I don't know, pixie dust. I would have to say, well, here's the pixie dust. This is how we could show that pixie dust actually exists. So again,
Let's take
even if we're gonna go with that, I'll grant you the gravity. What is happening? Explain to me thoroughly, or specifically, not thoroughly, but specifically, where the sun would have to be, where the globe would have to be, where the moon would have to be, and what the light is doing in this vacuum of space to hide the moon during a new moon. Because nobody
it's
on Earth can see it.
Yeah, it's not easy to explain without a visual medium because not everybody is going to be able to imagine the three spheres and how light plays on that. So I would recommend just looking at what's available right now. That's the same explanation that I would give you. So, and it would be a poor one because it's not visual. So let's just table that for now. That is a question that I have, but I have others.